o'clock and you're welcome to News at 6 live on Kana Radio. It's Friday, the 18th day of March 2022. I am Deliverance Ashebi. Now the news headlines. The minority in Parliament filed motion demanding inquiry into killing of police suspects. That is the Bullion van robbery. Now into our stories. The minority in Parliament has filed a private member motion demanding a bipartisan probe into the killing of some suspected officers during the investigation of the Bullion van robbery. The Ghana Police Service, in an official statement earlier this month, confirmed that 2 of 6 personnel suspected to have been involved in the robberies had been shot dead during an operation to arrest the gangs at their hideout. Unclear with some of the information given out by the police, the minority in Parliament is pushing for an inquiry into this matter. Speaking to the media in Parliament on Thursday, March 17, 2022, James Agaga, who is a ranking member for Defense Committee on Defense and Interior, stressed that it appears to have been infiltrated by rogue elements. He said the circumstances that resulted in the exchange between the police and the robberies leading to the killing of 2 police officers must be investigated. Officers implicated, some of whom are now there where they are themselves, police officers. These are what make an inquiry very, very compelling. We are saddled with the situation where those who are supposed to protect us are themselves engaging into the commission of crime, James Agaga told the press. The minority member of Parliament, in explaining why the police cannot be allowed to investigate this matter, argued that you cannot all the time expect the police administration to investigate themselves when matters of this nature happened. The Asawasi shooting is a classical example when 7 souls were lost in the case of the operation. Into our next story. Pastor arrested at Kasha for multiple defilements. Victims aged between 13 and 14 years. The Kasua of Falco Police Command has reportedly arrested a 36-year-old pastor for allegedly defiling 3 teenage girls aged between 13 and 15 years. The suspect, identified as Ebenezer Kuma, according to a report by My Joy Online, cited by Fox Sports News, is a pastor with Faith Christian Ministry. Under the pretext of being a professional actor and with the lure of training his victims to be actors, the suspect ended up having sexual encounters with multiple girls, some of whom include the victims. Confirming the case, the district commander, DSP Samuel Amfor, said the suspect was arrested while he was on the verge of fleeing the Ofanko Aliko River, an area where he resides, upon getting him of a complaint against him. DSP Amfor stated that the suspect is currently in the custody of the police, assisting in investigation. Let's do some business here on Kana News at 6. The Ghana Private Road and Transport Union required meeting with Transport Minister for 15% fare increment. The Ghana Private Road and Transport Union, that is the GPRTU, of the Trade Union Congress, the TUC, has written to the Minister of Transport for a meeting of stakeholders to consider an upward adjustment of transport fare, signed by General Secretary Godfred Aburi. The letter, dated Thursday, the 17th of March 2022, referred to Koku Ofori Asiama to February 21st, communique signed in arriving at the recent 10% increment. According to the communique, whenever international prices of fuel exceed 10%, transport fares can be reviewed. Meanwhile, the X-Pound price was 7.990 when fares were increased by 10%, and currently, fuel had been increased to 10 cedis 80 pesos, registering an increment of 33% as compared to the time the communique was signed. We are therefore requesting for an increment of 15% on the lorry fares. The meeting will come exactly a month after the decision was taken to increase fares this year. Into our last business news on Ghana News at 6. Transport fares to go up again on Monday. Barely 2 weeks after transport fares were increased by 15%, road transport operators have won yet another increment from Monday, that is the March 21st, 2022, if fuel prices are not reduced. The recent transport fares took effect from February 25th, and due to the escalating fuel prices in Ghana, transport operators say they have no other option than to review fare upwards again from Monday. The Industrial Relations Officer of the Ghana Private Road and Transport Union, Abbas Ibrahim Moro, who gave the warning, explained that by Monday, if fuel prices are not reduced, within the week we shall come out with new transport fares. We are in commercial business. Nobody buys something at 3 Ghana cedis and sells it at 2 cedis, which is where people travel to China to make business. We have given ourselves this week, and you Ghanaians will definitely hear from us next, Alhaji Moro told Fox Sports News on Thursday. He added, it comes with the other components. We had to sit and look at the other components before coming out with the first. Previously, we were not going by 25% threshold of fuel price increments, but now we have stopped that. We are going by a 10% threshold of fuel price increments. Alhaji Moro said they are giving themselves the weekend to see if the government listens to us, else we have to come up with an upward adjustment. We want the price builder to be reduced, and all transport operators are on board in the next increment. Up next is entertainment news.
Honor Radio.
Welcome to the entertainment segment. Our headlines. People are not born star but are made through effort, sacrifice, Bulldog. I can't wait to see a bloodless West African, Abeoku Santana. I'm sorry for causing you and your family pain. Abina Koko finally apologized to Stonebwoy. The stories in detail. Artist manager Bulldog says stars are not born but made through effort and sacrifices. According to him, people come into the world with absolutely nothing, but with time and their ability, they make it. He quotes, "We are all born empty. Nobody comes here with anything in their mind. After getting here, the way we respond to where we are is what makes our personality likable. You can't see two babies and say this one is a star and the other is not," he told Andy Dusty in an interview on Daybreak Hit. This comes after award-winning rapper Ochiami said in a separate interview that people who are born star exist whilst others make use push and pull factor to sell through. He added that talents are made through effort and sacrifices. Moving away from that story, media personality Abeoku Santana, also known as Mr. Tourism, has said he cannot wait to see a bloodless West African region. The tourism expert was commenting on a statement made by the France ambassador to Ghana, Ms. Annie Sophie, that a single visa for the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, could increase tourist visits to Ghana and spur economic growth. In a reply to the statement, Abeoku Santana said currently ECOWAS countries have closed their land borders to some member states, and it is virtually impossible to travel to some West African countries by flight within a day. Abeoku Santana added that the leaders of ECOWAS must rethink and ideal objectives and definitions of the Economic Community of West African States as it claims. Moving into our last story. After she disgraced him and made accusations against him, Abina Koko has finally rendered an apology to dancehall musician Stonebwoy. In her latest post on Instagram page, Abina Koko expressed her regret for tarnishing the image of the being president. Recall after Abina Koko had in a series of tweets claimed that she slept with Stonebwoy. She even claimed that the intimate moments she had with Stonebwoy was nothing to write about.
And this draws the curtains of the news at 6, a recap of our top stories. Bullion van robberies, minority foul motion demanded inquiry into the killing of the suspect. I am Deliverance Asheb and I was here with
Inu Sarahino too.
You can follow us on Facebook as Kana Radio and also subscribe to our YouTube channel as Kana TV. Stay tuned to Kana Radio. Have a blessed evening.